One of the big one is hydrogen. You've heard all about hydrogen. It's a big hype because there's plenty of investments in terms of the government towards hydrogen internal combustion engines. The beauty about that technology is that it's versatile. You have retrofit engines, so existing engines from gasoline or diesel that can be adapted towards hydrogen combustion. So theoretically, it's really good. You can also get access to local hydrogen, can be green, so that's really good for the environment. But obviously, you have also some drawbacks about hydrogen when being retrofitted into an existing engine. The first one is that the ignition timing is completely different. You know, the flame quenching speed with hydrogen is much lower. So you need to really adapt the pre-ignition timing to combustion process. And that you can really influence by the way you formulate the lubricant technology. So one of the things is, you know, again, pre-ignition, because of this flame quenching technology and the ignition, minimum ignition energy that is required. So we've found some novel chemicals that can suppress completely the ignition technology. I can't tell you exactly what they are because they are under secrecy agreement, but these are depending on the engines, because we've been working on 2-liter gasoline engines retrofitted towards hydrogen, also on 6.2 liters V8, or on 4 liters diesel stationary genset. So the formulation is different according to the actual engine that you are using. One of the things they have in common, you know, and the beauty about hydrogen, that the byproduct is only water, which is great for the environment. The only problem with water is that, you know, you need to really think about the corrosion protection in the engine. So that's also very something specific of hydrogen internal combustion engines. And the other thing is water and oil don't mix really well. So you have specific emulsifying technology to retain the oil emulsion and not separate water from the oil. I'm sure it's going to be huge. The only problem you have with hydrogen is you need a tank, quite a high, big tank, you know, at 700 bars. So obviously, I can't see that being adapted to bikes, for sure. Limited to what passenger cars. What I do believe is, for sure, heavy duty, gensets, and off-road heavy duty will be quite big. For sure, there is a different, we're trying to bring to the market a completely different technology, which is cooling of the battery modules, the battery packs, with a dielectric fluid that is fully inert and is not conducting electricity at all, but is really good at extracting heat. So, and this is the safest way to extract the heat from the batteries and preventing completely thermal runaway. Because one thing for sure users are really keen on is the safety aspect. And once one of the battery cell goes into thermal runaway because of, you know, an accident, or because it hasn't been cooled properly, or for whatever reason, then that heat will propagate from one cell to the other to the other. When you're talking about full pack, you're talking about hundreds of those cells going in thermal runaway. And that's a huge lithium fire that is completely unstoppable. What we have with our cooling technology on immersion cooling is that it will suppress the thermal runaway just to the one cell that has been punctured. So completely safe. It's fully immersed. So you have one pack that is stackable depending on the capacity of the battery you want for your application. But if it's a bike or if it's a car, if it's a heavy duty, obviously you're going to have different packs stacked together. And they're fully immersed. The batteries from top to bottom, bus bars, are immersed within the immersion cooling fluids that we have on the market. So with regards to sustainability, what Motul has brought on the market about a year and a half ago already is this NGen product portfolio. NGen is for new next generation, and we've maximized the use of re-refined base oil in this compared to conventional base oil that we use usually. Re-refined are great because this is normally a waste that has been collected, then treated, re-refined to achieve really good physical and chemical characteristics. And we've been able to reuse this into our power sport range, Engine 7 and Engine 5. We've got 8 viscosity grades in the portfolio now. And this is actually great because it's fully in line with the Indian government ERP schemes that have been launched in 2023 in May, which makes mandatory for any lube on the market to reuse at least 5% of refined base oil in each of the new products. That will be 10% in 2024, that'll be 15% in 2025. So it's all about circular economy. These refined base oil do bring up to 50% CO2 reduction compared to the conventional base oil that are on the market today. So we're really proud of this, and this should pave the way into more sustainability in the lubricant industry for, let's say, conventional internal combustion engines. We are a strong advocate for circular economy. Those actually, the plastics here has 50% recycled for the bottles. So we're going to 50% now, and we're aiming for 100% by the end of 2024. So it's not just about the fluid, it's about the plastic, it's about the way we do business. We want to be more into the circular economy. So, we still work with virgin-based stuff, obviously. It depends on the applications, depends on the products, and depends on the customer. Some customers are, we do believe they will make it mandatory, the OEMs as well. So it's very important to be in that business, and we're very proud to be the first lubricant marketer to bring a full range of products with refined technology. Some people would ask, what has data centers to do with automotive? We are at the automotive conference today. What we've been saying since yesterday, the cars are getting more connected, interconnected, autonomous. They require a lot of data processing. All of those data are ending up in a data center somewhere, okay? The way those data centers are operated today is by being air-cooled with air conditioner. So it requires a lot of energy, a lot of electricity, and a lot of water. What we believe in is that if you immerse those data centers closely stacked together into a fully dielectric fluid that is non-conductive of electricity but can extract some heat, then you got the best way to operate a data center. So that's what we've been doing right now on many different data center types, and we are putting this into production right now. I mean, for us, we do see data centers being at the core because there are lots of data center operators in the Bangalore area, for example, in the Mumbai area as well. So this is where we want to really grow the business. We're going to have a full R&D center in Navi Mumbai that will deploy in July or August. We're going to complete the construction of our full R&D center with an customer experience center as well. We're going to have specific technology for data centers, for batteries, and for e-motors, electric motor cooling, because electric motor cooling are for everything, from bikes to heavy trucks to passenger cars. When we're not talking about used oil, I mean, the used oil is what we collect, is collected from the garages, independent garages, from the dealerships, when you come and do your oil drains, every whatever. So that's the black oil. The black oil is collected. We call that the used oil. That used oil is collected, and it's been, collected to one side, and then starts the treatment. And there are extensive treatments, filtering technology, cracking technology, hydrogen treatment technology, so you can get to a finished base oil. And most of the time, you get to, base oil physical and chemical characteristics that is good or as good or even better than standard conventional technology. We work with e-fuels. With regards to fuels, there's been loads of traction for alternative fuels. Hydrogen is one. You've got e-fuels, synthetic fuels, the ammonia we've been working on for marine, for example. So there are plenty of fuels we have to work with, because we know the fossil sources for mineral fuel are finite, and then they're not renewable. So we know we have to work with alternative energy technologies, and that's what we've been working on, because we know we have to be agnostic to the type of fuel in the future. And working with also mineral reuse, I think reusing, reusing waste management, so refined oil is really important. You also get, from food waste, you can produce some energy from food waste. So we are looking into this as well. So the idea is to be more efficient in terms of our energy.